Let's examine the deep foundations. Deep foundations extend down through unsuitable or unstable soil to transfer building loads to a more appropriate bearing stratum of rock or dense sand and gravel well below the superstructure. The two principal types of deep foundations are pile foundations and caisson foundations. In deep foundation, we also have shallow foundations. We place the deep foundations below the shallow foundations. A pile foundation is a system of end-bearing or friction piles, pile caps and tie beams for transferring building loads down to a suitable bearing stratum. Here we have the foundation column in plan or in section or in perspective and a single path. Each pile foundation is placed under this single path. End-bearing piles depend principally on the bearing resistance of soil or rock beneath their feet for support. The supporting soil mass provides a degree of lateral stability for the long compression members. Friction piles depend principally on the frictional resistance of a surrounding earth mass for support. The skin friction develops between the sides of a pile and the soil into which the pile is driven is limited by the adhesion of soil to the pile sides and the shear strength of surrounding soil mass. We can make precast piles out of timber, which are basically logs driven usually as a friction pile. They are often fitted with a steel shoe and a drive band to prevent their shafts from splitting or shattering. Or we can have H piles or steel H sections, sometimes encased with concrete to a point below the water table to prevent corrosion. H sections can be welded together in the driving process to form any length of pile. Pipe piles are heavy steel pipes driven with the lower end either open or closed by a heavy steel plate or point and filled with concrete. An open-ended pile requires inspection and excavation before being filled with concrete. Or we can have precast concrete piles in round, square or polygonal cross sections and sometimes an open core. Precast piles are often press-dressed. Cast-in-place piles can be done with concrete. These are the concrete piles constructed by placing concrete into a shaft in the ground. The concrete piles may be cased or uncased. First we drill a hole by using a pipe, steel pipe here, and then we place the reinforcement, we pour the concrete in, and we can either take the steel pipe out or we can leave it there. Caisson foundations are cast in place, plain or reinforced concrete piers formed by boring with a large auger or excavating by hand a shaft in the earth to a suitable bearing stratum and filling the shaft with concrete. For this reason, they are also referred to as drilled piles or piers.